And
action.
And now it's blue.
Look at that beautiful sky.
It is beautiful.
It is
just
beautiful.
like you.
Oh, gosh.
So, actually what you have here is Stony Creek Revival in its full
ranch.
And we are all together because we are doing the song that you came for. That is I Will Always Be a Cowgirl. Now, this song was originally written by my Uncle Walt as I Will Always Be a Cowboy. And he gave this to me later than the early ones. It came with a new batch of songs. The first batch was in the mid to late 70s. It included a Big Johnny and Turkey McClash and Take Your Oil and Boil It. This came with the second batch. It came with Bye Bye Baby, Helicopter Cowboy, and this song here, I Will Always Be a Cowboy. And of all that next batch, and I would say he gave these to me about 1983, 1984. And of all of the ones he gave me, this one struck me as something I could do something with. So Matthew came out. He was living on the East Coast at the time, and he came out in 87. That's when you brought Donna home.
That's when I got married, yes. Living in New York City, can't you tell the East Coast influence here?
I agree. And so we did the song. We did a bunch of Uncle Walt songs, and this was one of them. And it was new to Matthew and to Glenn Johnson, who was part of it. And it went really well. We had Debbie at that time saying background vocal along with Glenn Johnson's wife, Debbie, and our cousin, Debbie Peabody. And it was a nice version. So when we came back around to do this album...
Wait, was Mark drumming on this one?
Mark was not drumming on this song.
Who was drumming on this one?
This would have been my son's mother.
The wife that went to Nashville, not this one.
But not the Yoko
Would you
Ono.
call her?
Was it Yoko? Okay.
That was the second one.
Second one. I'm third.
Third one's a charm, baby. Third one's a charm.
Or Blondes, Baseball, and Beer, 3 strikes.
You're out.
So, we did the song. And when we came around to this album, I thought, man, Debbie she's really a real deal vocalist, a real deal country vocalist and blues rock. And so
Mark and Gordon and I, we were raised in a small town, but we are not country boys at all. I mean, we are not farmer types or anything like that.
This is all fake, Jeff. So,
howdy, ma'am.
This is the real deal.
That's a real deal. So I rewrote it, and I included a whole nother verse. So this is the only true co-write that I did with my Uncle Walt. All the rest, I never asked for co-write because it was only ands and thus. This one, I had a major part in transformation of the song into something that would be called I Will Always Be a Cowgirl. And so now, at this point, we'll let Debbie take over.
We've let a girl into our clubhouse, so we're going to have to let her talk.
So who knows what's going to happen at this point.
All right, so Debbie, what was your thoughts when you came across the song? Having sung on it before as a background vocalist, and now you're the lead vocalist.
Owner.
And when you changed some of the words to fit for me to sing it, it is a lifestyle that I have lived most of my life. I'm 19 years old, and I go to work on this cow ranch up there in La Honda. Next door neighbor to Neil Young.
Neil Young, yes.
We shared gates.
Serenaded her,
yes.
No doubt, which is why she moved up here.
And
I'm in love with the farmer's daughter. He's probably sung about her.
Oh, you've got a heart of gold.
Back to Cowgirl.
You're still an old man.
But you'd get up every morning. You know, you had your cup of coffee, you got on a horse, and you were on that horse.
Did it have a name?
It did, and it was a beautiful little sorrel. But
wasn't a horse without a name?
I can't remember it. It was back in 78, Gordon. So
time ago.
I was 19 years old.
I was still in diapers then.
Yeah. But
For
I
everyone
love,
doing their math, in 1978, she was 19, so okay.
yeah. So
Calculators out.
he was 16, trying to learn to drive a car. But anyway,
I was 18, walking around with my
I'm not
short
talking
shorts.
about you right now. So anyway, I got to do something that I longed and fantasized and romanticized about doing, and that's living on a ranch, doing every day something on really loved. And if it involved horses, cattle, and all that, I'm there. And I did. And I can't speak enough. I still go back to my mind when I get stressed about my life back on a ranch because it was peaceful. But this song does reflect the feelings of what I felt like when I was 19. And then about the boys in the band, well, that comes a little bit later, in my life.
Your life. Okay.
In my life, about the boys in the band, because I've had a lot of fun singing with the boys in the band.
You go, girl.
And the thing that I appreciate, Gordon said in a couple songs ago that he felt the North Sac City Zoo was the best one on this CD. I think it's this one. It's a very, we have our dad was one of 7, and we only have one uncle left now, the youngest. And when he heard it, he said, it's sweet. And it is. It's a sweet, sentimental type of song. And most of the ones we did have a very country, straight ahead,
honky
tonk type of a treatment. But this one, my brother kind of turned me loose. It's a lush arrangement. It's got pianos in it. It's got strings in it. And then I know
harmonica.
you want to talk about that
Chet
harmonica.
Atkins,
Nashville
sound.
Which you did, which you hated 1985 with the Mandrell sisters, but you seem to be okay with this one.
I'm okay with it. I'm married to a Mandrell girl.
I loved it.
Mark, what was your impressions of the song?
Well, it was a 4/4 beat, which is always kind of nice. Everything else was 2/4, which is your traditional country. But this is a nice 4/4 beat. But what I really, really liked is it had a nice melody where you just felt like you could be on that back of that horse going to the town Saturday night to have a good old time after working the whole week on the ranch.
And I was going to say about the cymbals. Or were you going to do that?
Well,
I don't want you to toot your own horn. I was going to toot it for you.
You toot me.
It's not common. Tootin' common, but when he started to, Mark did some fantastic cymbal work on this one here because it was understated, but it built the intensity, and it just raised the pressure without being showy, or trying to do too much. And I just thought it really complemented the sound perfectly, and it came out really nice.
I appreciate that, Matt, because that's what I was really proud of is how I intensified it. And then finally was able to explode with my cymbals into Gordon's wonderful harmonica. And it just had a beautiful blend as it brought it in to his harmonica playing. So I really, really enjoyed this song. This is one of my favorite songs. It's not my favorite, but it is one of my favorites because, my song is my favorite. But it's a close second.
There was a lot of cooperation going on in this song. The harmonica was an integral part of the song. When we did it, I told Matthew, I said, I really would like to have a lot of saturation of reverb on it because I wanted it to sound like it was going through a canyon. And Matthew was able to achieve that. I think it had a cinematic feel to it, almost something you would hear like on a John Wayne movie. And then we had a lot of fun with it too, a little bit of fun with it on the vocals. Instead of doing our typical oohs and ahs, we took a cue from the Beatles who messed around with vocals like on Rubber Soul, I believe it was. They did Girl, and they fooled around with their background vocals there, and we took a cue with that. And we, instead of ooh, if you listen, we're actually singing moo. And it was fun because Matthew and I are looking at one another and cracking up while we're doing it.
Now you can crack up too.
There you go. Now you know the little studio secret we've talked about a little bit later. And again, remember, it's not Perry Mason's studio secret.
No. But the moos were fun, and we really milked it for all of its worth.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
Good one.
Good one.
And so, really, in the end, this song made us winners, didn't it?
Yes, it did. And you know what, Gordon? To quote Jim Harbaugh, who's got it better than us?
We do.
We do.
So if you are enjoying this video, give us a thumbs up. If you don't like what we're doing, give us 2 thumbs down. If you want to go on this ride with us and subscribe to us and then ring our bell, because
If you do, it means another nickel!